One of the biggest single mistakes people make when extracting coffee is over extracting it. This video we're just going to discuss how much coffee we should expect from a typical shot of espresso. We've got to bear in mind that when we pull a shot of espresso or a shot of coffee from any coffee maker, we're engaging in a chemical process. Components from the coffee extracted from the original beans that have been crushed, and it's becoming a suspension in the liquid that comes out of the machine. Now, when you buy olive oil or extra virgin olive oil, there are quality differences, and the significant difference between olive oils is the way that the oil is extracted. Extra virgin olive oil is usually cold pressed. They don't go to great lengths to get everything out of the olive. The cheaper oils have all sorts of chemical and heat treatments that go on to extract as much liquid as you can from the olives, and as a result those olive oils are less refined, they're thinner, they don't have the flavour characteristics of the extra virgin olive oil. And that's a mindset that we need to carry over into extracting coffee. Whatever coffee maker we use, even if it's an AeroPress, we should note that there are different levels on the side. You've got numbers there. And the mistake people always make is trying to pull a full coffee. There seems to be a bit of a misapprehension that somehow diluting coffee with water after we've made it dilutes the flavour, when in reality what we should be doing is extracting a very strong concentrated flavour that has just got the components from the coffee that we want. Those components add the flavour, the texture, and all the tasting notes that we would expect from an espresso shot. And the longer the extraction goes on, the more full this gets, the less favourable characteristics like the cheaper olive oils. Interestingly, you get more caffeine coming out in a longer extraction than you do in a short extraction, and caffeine tends to have a slightly bitter taste to it. So minimising the extraction will minimise the amount of caffeine that we get from a coffee shot, and it will greatly improve the flavour. So whatever we're doing, let's just think about the ratio of coffee grind to coffee extraction. And some people prefer the golden ratio of 1:2, and others would err toward the side of just doing 1:1. Getting a set of precision weighing scales will really allow you to just develop your skill as a barista as you get to weigh both the coffee that you are putting into your coffee maker, whether it's an AeroPress, an espresso maker, even a cafetiere, or even a mocha pot, and the amount of extraction that we get out of it at the other end. And just playing with that ratio, keeping it somewhere between 1:1 and 1:2, where 2 parts water to 1 part coffee is probably about as far as you want to go. There are also people doing cold press equivalents in coffee, the cold water extraction methods. It's been labelled as the cold brew. There's various different ways of doing it, and I will do a video on cold brew. But just like with the olive oil, by not using heat, you're getting a completely different amount of components from the original beans coming out into the cup. So I hope this has just helped you to elevate your coffee extraction. When you pour shots, have a little experiment with it. Just take a very, very tiny extraction, and then take another tiny extraction, and take a third extraction, and just compare the taste of each of those 3 shots from that same pull of espresso. And you'll notice the flavour characteristics dramatically changing, and you want to tailor it to your personal taste and your personal preferences. So I hope you found this video useful. Please boot the like button, that really does help us to get out there. We're still a very small channel, and we really do appreciate all of your comments and all of your feedback, and that gives me an idea for future videos to produce. And I've lined up this video and this playlist that you should find really interesting. Thanks for watching. See you in these next videos.